2004, I believe. It's in the description. Cadillac Escalade ESV. Brake and rotor change. Okay, so now basic tools you gotta have. Cheater bar on this model. You need a 17 to get the rotor loose right here, and you will need a cheater bar and a pipe, an extra pipe for extra cheater bar to get off these lug nuts. They are insane. They tight. I think they're 22s, I believe. 22 millimeters. Always get my trusty pipe wrench out. You never know. Hammer. Let me show you a secret too. I always, to get this loose, it should be loose and come right off. But spray PB blast strip in here. Of course, I'm gonna use this to stick back on here. I'm gonna show you all this here in 1 second. I'm gonna try to bang this out quick though. All right, this is all coming off doing brakes and rotors. All right, so basically now the back. This is the important part. You're going to have a T, which they don't usually have in a set. Is it a T55? Yeah, so a T55 for the actual rotors. So, man, I swear, like I tossed that in the bag the other day. Yeah, so we already got it all loose and ready to go off. Are they the parts right there? They're the parts over there. So it's a T45 and then a 17 long for in there. There. These tires are hell to get off. Jack it up and drop it back down. But let's see. The best photographer. I like to do videos on these because sometimes you can't find nothing online. Oh no. You get in here and you're like, oh man, 255. Luckily I had that. That was glad. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the caliper off first. I believe I gotta undo a bracket, but I may not have to in yours. I'll see in a second. If I do, I will. I'm gonna check it though. Yeah, this one fit perfect. I knew the other one was too small, but unfortunately for the set, that's all that it had. So the set topped off right at the top one. So of course that's how it goes usually. Anyway, I've already got everything loose, so that fits perfect. And you can tell that's old school. You know, you probably can't even. That's probably a bolt. If you try to buy that tool right there, you're probably spending a pretty penny of it. Probably 15 bucks for a P45. Now I know why you couldn't even wanted to. It's so hard to have all these things, but you know, I found out the other day and I was like, you know, I might as well go ahead and get it to, you know, put it on the back, let me use it. And sure enough, I did. So there are your pins. They actually come out on this car. Don't mix them up too. So always top, I put this side, bottom, I'm gonna put down so I know it's the bottom. All right, yeah, I'm doing the video. I know, I always kind of do it. I know when I'm working, I always talking anyway, so you might as well do a video, right? Still tight. Either way, without this, that thing won't coming off. You would have ended up stripping that thing out. Once you strip it out, you just game over. But I mean, I kind of do like the setup in a way. And luckily, how I got it freed up, should be good. Slip right on off of there. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Working on your awesome cars again.
Want anything to drink? Do you want a soda or anything?
He got me a water. Thank you, though.
Okay, honey, I'll be back.
All right, babe. Ready.
Wish them luck.
Wish me luck. All right, so now there's something I think I do believe I got you to detach. I think it. Should I have to? Let's see. I think it's just tight. Back here, something that's still grabbing it. Feels like it, but I could be wrong. And I remember the last time the sun keeps coming and hit me every time I get going. I think it just caught on one of these clips of that thing. See if anything else is grabbing it. Should be. Probably because I loosened that already. You probably should have waited to do that, but I like to get everything loose. Let me see what is. You know what they do in these stupid things? Alright, so what I managed to do is take the whole damn thing off at once. Which I am probably gonna undo this bolt up here. I'm gonna go ahead and get that off here. And of course, I'll probably put it in yeah, because that, take that off, because when I pull this off, I'm going to have to get this off through the rotor. So I do got to get it. So I thought I did. It's all good. That's not what's holding it, it's just that damn thing. I think the way these brakes go on, I believe, if you look at the back, how they catch. Now these stuff, something to do with these clips, I believe, how they hang. There's a piece that slides in there. I remember from before when I did that damn thing. There was something you just catch them. They clip in a certain way, but this has to come up anyway, so basically I'll get it out of my way. That way, I can get everything else off. I'll bungee it up, of course, when I get done, but this will make that's a 10mm up there to get this bracket off. And then I'll make life a little easier. I can have some more flex, because that could be all there was really that's holding it, because it is pretty tight. And I want to mess your brake line up, that's for sure. Don't feel like you're doing your caliper on this car. It's not something I'm interested in doing today. And then you just pop that out of there. So that needs to come up out of there. Basically, it's 35,000 years old, but hopefully it can still get it. Go, that's one side, and the other side should pop out. Come on. Brake sensor. There you go. Just get it out of my way, and now see if it'll slide on down. It's a daggone pad right there. There it is. There you go. This is just really I didn't have to, but I just wanted to make sure. So I'm gonna bungee this up. That way it doesn't fall, and I pinch a brake line and have a new brake line or a caliper on this freaking truck. It's already a pain in my ass. And I don't want to do that one. Alright, so basically what I usually do, let me use two, but I'm going to do this and usually just kind of hold it out my way over here. Careful with your sensor, of course, and put that out the way. And I always leave my stuff when I put it back. Alright, so I got to get in here to get these off. I've already loosened them on yours, so that's the good part. But they're still on there like freaking super glue. Alright, so we'll use this guy, and we'll go ahead and we'll put on, that was a what? This guy. This was a 18, biggest numbers ever for the brake rotor caliper. My butt's getting hot, that's what it is. Alright, flex it again. Oh, my butt's sit on the right part of the tire. I was trying to sit on the pink part. Alright, so. Just getting this guy loose. This guy was really under and good. Actually, I'm going to tuck it up over here. I'm going to set it there for now. That way, I got more room to work. These guys are really in there good too. Even with me using the cheetah bar, they're still in there super fun. So put a little bit more lube on there. Really, this whole thing on is what it is. So we get it nice and lubed up. That way, it makes my life easier. Always too, when I do this, I'll go and I'll go back the other way. Oh, well, I'll work it into the threads a little bit. That's what I found out usually works a whole lot better. So I'll go back and now we'll get them all. Alright. I can still find this shit. Damn. That guy right there, I'll tell you what, he's really on there. Well, it's definitely loose. That's a good thing. So, I'll work it back and forth. You can tell. He said, how long have these been here? probably for life. Probably never actually took his rotors off for heavy.
Yeah.
Did one time. Yeah. So I'm gonna work this baby blaster in back and forth. And it's just been a while. I mean, first got in what? That's been what? 10 years about. Definitely been a while. So all this rust stuck in the pan. There we go. Starting to actually finally work itself in. Much better. Okay, now should actually let me get it off. I had them loose, but damn. It weren't that loose. I always go slow with it too. You don't want the heat up, so that's why I do a little bit of that. So I can get it better angle. Here. Bust my knee up. Alright, so this two. This one's a lot easier on the top. The other one feels like it's almost kind of weird feeling. Had you put them on here like glue last time. Like He-Man over here worked on the car before me. Right. Here we go. So that one's about loose. This one right here is still tight as hell. It'll start loosening as I get some of that grease working. There we go. Alright, so. Alrighty. Yeah, luckily the way I did this, they should pop them right off when I get done. Alright, what I like to do is lay down my rotors so I know where they're going too. Always make sure to do that. That way I know they go back. Alright, you got the rotors too. Rotors for me over there. Alright, so there's bolt 1. That's bottom bolt. Put down here with the bottom bolt, other bottom bolt. Then we'll put the top bolt, That way, I keep everything together. There we go. So, once I get this off, the rotor's fine like it is. That's just an emergency bungee. Yeah, I wonder if the YouTube people can see. I really don't care. This sucks. Damn. That's a lot of turning. Tell you what. Alright, let me sit my phone. Alright, so that's about off there. And then this guy, this is the outer pad. Take that off so I can see. You got any hardware, all that? Alright, cool. Alright, we'll sit down here for now. Not too bad actually. I think what was going on, which, I mean, they are bad, but they're not. They're worse I've seen, but I'll tell you what. Glad you did it when you did, because this might have never came off. It actually made it so I was able to get them off, because I think we waited a little bit longer and they weren't coming off here. I mean, it was to that point earlier where I was like, just that cheetah bar getting these things off. Whew. I'll tell you what, that was a struggle. I mean, I've seen some tight, but that was really tight. Yeah, there we go. So this is all coming off, so there you go. Yeah, that's top and bottom. So the brakes are off, and there is your actual bracket for your caliper. So, all right, and let's hopefully, I've already got the sleeve, so I'm hoping it don't give me no more trouble. It should just slip right off there, but you know how that goes. It should. It's a different question. I already smacked it off once, a few times, so we'll give it a few more, see if we can loosen it. Let go. I mean, I had it freed up. It's just how it grabs. You can hear it up there. Nothing hanging on to it. It's just, oh, I see. We'll spray some back in on it. It's just really rusty up here. So give it a little bit in there. It should almost start to work itself off. All right. The main is right there on that end. So, this. Don't spray it. You're like, go the wrong way. Yeah. But they're not. It's kind of lame. Some of these just won't let go, but yours is actually loose. It's just something that you're kind of catching. Usually, I'll tell you what, I meant to break out the old pipe wrench. Have a trick to do it. There we go. I got it. Oh, it's starting to come. I just have to work it. You have to work each side of it. And another thing, got my little hammer. I think I left it in there. There you go, my ball peen. Yeah, so just kind of goes. Boom. Voila. Rotors aren't even that bad, to tell you the truth. But there it is. That's how you do it. Ouch. Finger. Okay, so.
That bearing still good?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say something to you about earlier. I think the bearing's shot. Yeah. I was actually gonna mention that when I was getting the tire off. I was like, I think your bearing's fucked up, man. I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to say it because I didn't know. But yeah, come here. I could tell because look at it. You see it? It's just fucking blown out, dude. That's your problem. I don't think you should really do your bearing. But look, it should not. I mean, you want to do it, your bearing's right in there. You should do it now. But put all this shit back. There's some more stuff to put on. I can leave it until you figure out what you want to do. You need to do bearing. It's bad. Because when I was pulling on that wheel earlier, remember doing the lug? It was fucking moving and like a bad bearing, and that's what I said. So you hear it? You don't want to hit a bad bearing? That's what's going on. So it probably wasn't your rotor because they don't look that bad at all. And I was just about to say something earlier, but I was like, let me make sure though, because I hate to tell people that shit and it not be it. All right. So yeah. So look at this. So his bearing shot. It wasn't his rotors. We just figured that out. That's how you know you got a bad bearing, by the way. So really, you should do it while you're in here. Hear that clicking? So when you're going slow, you probably really feel it, right? You know, like whoa, 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 whoa. He going on the road. Here you go. Ball bearings square off inside. And sometimes it'll get so bad it'll ding, lock up. His you can, I mean, on here, damn, that's actually so bad it's like coming apart. So anyway, let me figure out what we're gonna do with this because this is so bad, and like you can't even drive the car like this. Really, I don't know how you've been driving it. You've been pretty lucky. I mean, I don't know. Everything's on here like glue. I'm gonna spray it down for you right now, real quick, and then we'll come back and finish this. But other than that, though, you know, rotors pain in the ass, but not too bad. Everything on this truck's pain, but safety hardware, put it all back. How you took it off. So, anyway, let me get off here. Peace.